3, 2, 1, 0.
Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway.
You're loud and clear.
Roger, we're programming and roll okay. A little bumpy along about here.
Roger. Stand by for 20 seconds.
Roger. We're smoothing out some now, getting out of the vibration area.
Roger, you're through max Q. Flight path is...
Roger, feels good through max Q and smoothing out real fine. Cabin pressure coming down by 7. Okay, flight very smooth now. Sky looking very dark outside.
All Roger, reading you loud and clear 7. Cape is go. We're standing by for you.
Roger, Cape is go and I am go. Our capsule is in good shape. Fuel 103, 102, oxygen 78,100. Cabin pressure holding steady at 5.8. Amps is 2.6. All systems are go, indicating 6 Gs. Roger, 0 G, and I feel fine. Capsule is turning around. Oh, that view is tremendous.
Roger, turnaround has started.
Roger, capsule turning around, and I could see the booster during turnaround just a couple of 100 yards behind me. It was beautiful.
Roger, 7. You have a go with at least 7 orbits.
Roger, understand go for at least 7 orbits. The Friendship 7 can see clear back a big cloud pattern way back across toward the Cape. We're all set. This is very comfortable at 0 G. I have nothing but very fine feeling. It just feels very normal and very good. Have very little dirt floating around in the capsule, just a little bit, and preparing to take xylose pill at present time. This is Friendship 7. The head movements cause no sensations whatsoever. Feel fine. Reach test, I can hit directly to any spot that I want to hit. I have no problem reaching for knobs and have adjusted to 0 G very easily, much easier than I really thought I would. I have excellent vision on the charts, no astigmatism or any malfunctions at all. I feel fine so far, over.
Roger, understand.
This is Friendship 7, have beautiful view of the African coast, both in the scope and out the window. Out the window is by far the best view. Part of the Canaries was hidden by clouds. Roger, how you doing, Gordo? We're doing real fine up here. Everything is going very well, over.
John, you sound good.
Roger, control fuel is 90,100, oxygen is 75,100, amps are 22. All systems are still go, having no problems at all. Control system operating fine, over. The only unusual thing I have noticed is a rather high, what would appear to be a haze layer, up some 7 or 8 degrees above the horizon on the night side. The stars, I can see through it as they go down toward the real horizon, but it's a very visible single band or layer, pretty well above the normal horizon.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. It is 12:48 p.m. here in Northeast Florida, and I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for I'm guessing like 30 minutes. It's going to be a pretty short stream today. Got a lot to do in the next 24 hours or so. A lot to pack, a lot to clean up, a lot to do. We're going out of town, going to a little beach house that we rented with some of my wife's friends and their husbands, and we're gonna go down there, like 4 hours south. I don't even know the name of the town. But that is what we are going to be doing for the next 5 days or so. Really looking forward to it. Bringing the kayaks, beach, pool. It'll be nice. But welcome. Hope everybody's having a good hump day. Let's shoot the shit and hang out for the next 30 minutes or so. What do you say? Good to see you, Quinsby and Vince. No Sweat, Tom A, Tryu, Ruski, Chris, Steven Homelak. What's up, man? Stud, your song will probably play in the next 30 minutes, I'm guessing, man. But I'm pouring a huge fan. Can you give me a? I don't even have a Nintendo Switch, Justice. I don't buy anything anyway.
Theory.
That's how it goes.
It was Jedi teachings that influenced Luke to draw his saber on Kylo, to extinguish dark. His change of mind to love and empathy is contrary to the apathy, detachment of the Jedi.
Benjamin B, thank you so much for the super chat, first super chat and channel support of the stream. I greatly appreciate that, man. And I love this interpretation. It's one that I haven't really, I don't think I've ever heard before. Put this way, at least. Ben says, theory, it was Jedi teachings that influenced Luke to draw his saber on Kylo to extinguish dark. His change of mind to love and empathy is contrary to the apathy / detachment of the Jedi. Yeah, it's a very man. It's when you think of the Jedi, when you think of the Sith or the dark side or all the various factions. Oh, was that really loud? I accidentally punched my microphone. When you think of the various factions that fall under the Force, it's the rigidity of especially the Jedi, right? The rigidity of the Jedi, I would say, has created some monsters. Obviously, Anakin, right? That rigidity, that rejection of love, that rejection to attachment, is contrary to, I guess, the natural order of things, the nature of human beings. And sure, they're
oh, one sec. Last stream ever. What better day to end on than Hump Day? I can't read. Another day, another tip in the VR jar.
Ooh.
If you ever make that high dive, Apollo 11 VR.
I don't think I knew that existed. Vince, thank you so much, man. Give me 1 sec. So, yeah, that rejection, that rigidity, that the Jedi are kind of known for, is very contrary. But and there's examples of that in the real world, right? I mean, monks. Even one of the best examples, and I don't mean to offend anybody, is like Catholic priests. What is the past 20 years? Holy shit! The Pandora's box is opened when someone is when a system is telling somebody that they are to refrain from something. It comes out in some fucking dastardly, nasty ways, right? And that is a really roundabout, stupid way to compare the Jedi. But it is kind of like when rigidity is there, when, there are rules and regulations that kind of forbid people from doing what is naturally human, can lead to some horrible things, right? But yeah, Ben, I really like that. That's an interesting interpretation for sure. But I appreciate that, man. And Vince Wynn, thank you so much as well. Oh my God, the official last stream ever. What better day to end on than Hump Day? I can't read. Another day, another tip in the VR jar. If you ever make that high dive, Apollo 11 VR is pretty neat. So I didn't know that existed. Apollo 11 VR. First of all, thank you so much for the channel support. Apollo 11 VR. Are you kidding me? This is a thing? A playthrough VR experience. Let me mute it. Wow. Dude. So this, well, I'm watching a video. He's looking at the command module and the limb. Do you actually, is that something that he's just looking at, or do you actually get into the cockpit? Oh, you do. Dude. Yeah, there's no question in my mind that I would get this. Of course I would get this. This is amazing, man. That is too cool. I'm assuming that the... Sorry, guys. I'm watching gameplay of an Apollo 11 VR thing that I didn't know existed. I'm assuming that they have the real audio overlaid on top of all of this as it goes on. You take off and land, opens up with JFK. Oh, I feel like I've seen that portion, Vince. Are you actually sitting in a living room watching it? I feel like I've seen that. But dude, yeah, this is like sure, this is pretty rough and rudimentary and obviously generated, but can you imagine 10, 15, 20, 50 years from now where this technology is going to be? Goodness gracious. Is this free? Let's see. How much is it? Oh, it's $10. Yeah, if I ever do get a VR headset, you can bet your ass I will, this is one of the first things that I'll buy, and I'll tell my dad to sit down in my computer chair, and check it out too. Apollo 11 VR and Apollo 11 VR HD bundle. Nice. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. One day. One day, one day. One day, one day. Oh my god. Okay, I have seen that gameplay of... I guess I knew this existed, but I didn't know the context of that. But I have seen something where you're sitting in a living room and watching the JFK speech or something like that. I'm going down south, kind of South Florida, Brandon, to a beach house with some of my wife's old friends. Just to hang out, go kayaking, go to the beach, go to, there's a pool that the beach house has, so we're going to hang out there, and it's going to be fun. What's up, Eli? Good to see you, man. Eli Foreman says, hey, has she been playing any episode 1 Racer? No, so that's only available, at least the remastered version. Racer remastered, right? That's only for the Switch and the PS4, right? The remastered version. That's not out for the PC, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's only for the Switch and the PS4. I do have Episode 1 Racer on Steam, but it is not the remastered, updated version. As soon as it does... What really sucks is that I can't stream it. The version that I have on Steam. Don't know why. None of my streaming software recognizes that a window's open. Sucks. So hopefully... yeah, hopefully that remastered version comes to the game. Playing on Switch with the kiddo right now. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, I don't have a Switch. Don't have a PS4. I think the next console, honestly, that I get, man, is I'm probably going to skip the next generation of the Xbox and the PlayStation. I just don't have a desire to buy another console and let it just sit there. But I'd probably even I'd probably get the next Nintendo console. That's really, when it comes to consoles, Nintendo consoles are really the only ones that I've ever put a shitload of hours into. Especially since me and my wife have been together. Golly, it's been 12 years now. When we did have our Wii and Wii U plugged in, we used to play them all the time, but it's been a couple years since we fired those up. So maybe in the future. I'm resisting getting a Switch just because I think there's another console coming in the next couple years, right? Maybe? Who knows? You ever played Racer's Revenge? Racer's Revenge, Quinsby. Let's see. Racer's Revenge. What is that? Star Wars Racer's Revenge is a Star Wars video game that I know. 2002. Is this Racer Revenge? What is this? 2002. Up-rendering and trophies edition. So it's no, converted the original PlayStation for PS4. No. So it looks like it's only on PlayStation, correct? I've never played... Well, I take that back. I played the first Last of Us for a little bit, but I ended up selling my PlayStation before I beat it, and yeah, so I don't really, can't really comment on the new one. I haven't got anything that's... I've never had a Nintendo, like, handheld gaming system, like a DS or anything like that. I never had a Game Boy growing up either. I had a Sega Game Gear. That's the only, like, handheld thing I've ever owned in my entire life, gaming wise. So I feel like I believe I've owned every single Nintendo console other than the Switch. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've owned the Nintendo, the original Nintendo. Nintendo. I owned a Super Nintendo, still have it. I still have my Nintendo 64. Okay, so I did not get a GameCube. I never got a GameCube. Yeah. I don't know. The GameCube came out right when I believe I graduated high school. GameCube. Nintendo GameCube. Oh, no. It came out in 2001. So I was a sophomore in high school in 2001. So, yeah, I just never got one. I was very, very into PC gaming. So, anyway. Caleb Kemp, thank you so much for the channel support, man. It's good to see ya. I saw you commenting on Quentin. Was that his name? His messages to me, and I guess he popped up in the Discord server as well. I'm not familiar with his channel, which comes as no surprise. I don't watch much YouTube, and I kind of steer clear of everything YouTube. But it was kind of neat, man. Like, I don't know what's in store for this project that he wanted. I didn't record anything new for him. I just sent over some footage that I made about 2 years now, and I just sent it over to him. But I'm curious what he's gonna do with it. I woke up super early, as I do, and just fired over some green screen footage that I already had, and he'll play with it. But whatever he's working on sounds kind of fun. But Caleb, thank you so much, man. Hello there for a week. Yeah, it's going to be gone for 5 days, to be more exact. But I'll be back in 5 days, and then I don't know if I'll stream until next Wednesday, to tell you the truth. But, yeah, looking forward to it. Little getaway down south, beach house with some friends. Got a pool at the beach house, going to the beach, bringing my kayaks. It's going to be a good time. Going to a little, like a marine zoo. Like a marine life zoo. We're going to take my daughter there. Because she loves animals, man. As I'm sure all 2-year-olds do. But yeah, man. I appreciate that. And, yeah, when I get back, maybe we can plan a little, like, I don't know. Little gaming... Battlefront 2 co-op action. I think that'd be fun. So, I appreciate that, man. Hope you're doing well. And there's petitions asking not... I'm like, dude, all these petitions, it's so weird to me, man. Maybe it's... I don't know. It is, like... There's... I don't even know how to start this conversation. There's this... It makes me really hate YouTube and the internet and social media when something doesn't even necessarily catch fire, but when a couple YouTube channels, maybe with a big following, get wind of something or don't like a thing, and a lot of the people maybe haven't even played the game, this wave of like negativity towards something that maybe only one person's opinion is getting amplified towards, you know what I mean? It gets bolstered, and it's I don't know, it's super fucking weird to me. Like The Last of Us 2, I don't know anything about the arguments whatsoever, but like the reviews have been great that I've seen, and then I don't know what it is, like the player scores have been pretty middle of the road. I don't know, man. It's like there's a bunch of things that I can't stand about the internet, social media, and honestly, YouTube. YouTube is fun. YouTube is fun as shit for me. It's fun to like do these streams and make videos and kind of be in my, like, this circle, right? But as soon as I jump down a rabbit hole of YouTube, I just end up where a bunch of angry people are. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm 34 years old. I got a kid. how can you possibly be this consistently angry over years of nothing? It's so weird, man. But let's make a petition. I'm gonna petition the makers of a thing to make them make a thing better that I did not like. Okay, what did we do back in the day when a game came out for the 64, the Dreamcast, that we didn't like? We just didn't like it. We didn't petition. We gotta hold them to a better standard. That's what the whole voting with your wallet is about, right? Petitions. Of all the things to petition about, you're gonna petition about a fucking video game or a movie. I feel like it's people that have never fought for anything, like concrete and real in life. Do you know what I mean? They leech onto these like internet petitions. I don't know, man. It's weird. It is weird. It's the internet, though. That's how it goes. People will find any reason to stay angry. Oh, absolutely, Quinsby. And especially when, look, middle of the road articles, middle of the road videos, they don't get traction, right? That's why a lot of these websites or YouTubers, they have to make the most bombastic and outlandish claims or faux this anger. Keep this like rage train chugging, right? Because I mean that is where the views are, that is where the bucks are, and as soon as, I mean, dude, you see it with YouTubers, right? You see it with people that write articles for websites. The more negative, and they'll tell you this, the more negative, the more views. It's gross. I do not want to ever fall into that like mind trap. I honestly have like zero respect for anybody that just continues to pump put the pedal to the metal. Is so transparent that, you know, rage bait for views, for AdSense revenue. Zero respect for it because as a creator on this platform, it's so transparent. It lacks any kind of creative. There is no creativity in it. It's can't stand it. So that's the way. Yeah. But hey, that's the nature of the way the internet is, right? But not only with movies, with everything, man. Everything is just so outlandish and angry and hyperbolic. And when you one sec.
Star Wars-esque stuff. I'm looking forward to the Foundation. Also Dune. Denis Villeneuve said his goal is to make Dune a more adult SW.
Oh, interesting.
Same director of photography as recent SW.
Benjamin B, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Give me one sec. Oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. It's all right. Benjamin B. Anyway, man. So you brought up the Foundation. For one, I've never read the book or the series of books, right? That's Asimov, I believe. The Foundation. It is a series that I've always wanted to check out. Asimov, yeah. So I've always wanted to read the Foundation. I've known about it, you know, since I was a kid. But I've never read a single book from the series. And I did not know that there was going to be a Foundation show, coming on Apple TV. Is that where it is? The Foundation. I'm trying to remember. Apple TV, yes, Apple TV. So I had no idea that there was going to be there's a teaser out. I have not watched this teaser, and I only found out that there was going to be a Foundation show maybe a week ago. I think maybe it was, yeah, something like that. So yeah, I'm before it airs, I would like to, you know, read at least one of the novels before it comes out. But it's definitely piqued my interest quite a bit. From what I've heard, you know, Star Wars takes a lot of inspiration from maybe the Foundation as well. It could be happenstance, coincidence, parallel thinking, right? Which happens all the time. But yeah, man. So Yeah, I'm itching for new Star Wars stuff too, man. I actually am hoping to get a Mandalorian video, just random me talking about the Mandalorian. I'm hoping to get that video up on Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and make it today and schedule it for Saturday while I'm out of town. What was I going to... what else? Itching for new Star Wars stuff. So, my wife hasn't watched The Mandalorian. As it was airing, the first season, I would wake up at like 4:30, watch an episode, and make a video. So, I kind of watched it without her. And I think she wants to watch it now, so I think I'm going to rewatch it with her. And that's gonna be my new Star Wars content until we get until we get the Mandalorian season 2 later in November, I think. So yeah, definitely itching for some new Star Wars content. I wish I had more, focus and discipline when it comes to reading. Like last night, I started reading a chapter of Alphabet Squadron. And I've liked the book so far. I'm only like 10% done with it according to my Kindle. And but I read like 10 pages and I just kind of fell asleep. I don't know why, man. Like, it takes me forever to finish books just because I really need to be in the mood to, to watch or to sit down and read a lot. But, I wish that could be my new Star Wars content, right, Ben? I wish I could just sit down and, like, burn through Star Wars books, but I don't have that in me. Once I finish a Star Wars book, I have to read something else, too. That's just me, but, Denis Villeneuve, right, said his goal is to make Dune a more adult Star Wars. I had not heard that whatsoever. That's another series, Ben. Like, you mentioned The Foundation and you mentioned Dune. I own Dune. I own the first book. I think there's only one book, right? I own it. I've owned it for probably 20 years. I've never read it. It's one of those books. I mean, we all have those books, right? We buy them with big aspirations to read them and never get around to doing it. That's what Dune has been for. I actually own the Dune DVD, too, of the first movie that was made in the early 90s, right? I think. Never watched it. So, like, I own the book. I own the movie. I don't know anything about it. So it's kind of funny. I'm looking forward to it, though. I mean, more sci-fi, maybe some more interesting sci-fi. Never a bad thing, right? But anyway, Ben, I appreciate the hell out of that, man. And Amanda Rosenblatt and Carter Lovejoy, thank you guys so much for coming in with I'll call it the final super chat and channel supports of the stream. Before I jet, that'll be 30 minutes, and I need to go start packing for the trip and getting a lot of other stuff together. So it always comes down to the wire, right? Especially when you have a kid and you're about to go out of town for 5 days. What am I forgetting? Amanda Rosenblatt, thank you so much. What a gross work week. Well, I hate to hear that. Hope you are good, HG and company. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope maybe things are getting back into a groove. Maybe you're back working with people. I don't know. Either way, no details. Don't need to tell us what's going on. But I hope whatever it is past. I hope it's I hope the weekend comes as some relief for you. But I hate to hear that. What a gross work week. No fun. But yeah, the world seems to be getting back, at least down here. Things are getting completely back to normal. I don't know how it is where you're at, Amanda, but like Florida is just closing its eyes to a lot of problems. And it's kind of interesting because a lot of businesses have taken it upon themselves to kind of re-shut their doors, right? So remote, just a lot going on. I do call center crap. I gotcha. That sucks. Like, I saw somebody post recently, somebody said we have to stop calling it working from home and start calling it living from work. And I thought that was interesting. It's kind of an interesting way to look at it. It's weird nowadays where, I've worked jobs like this too, where you feel like you're constantly on call. You feel like you're constantly, like at the the whim of your boss or your superiors to get stuff done. Even if it's on a Saturday, you might get a text or an email that you need to answer. And there needs to be something that guards against that kind of practice. Because when you're at home, dude, I feel like you should be at home. If you're constantly on call, if there is no downtime whatsoever, that's not a way to live. Some people thrive on it. Some people love it. But, dude, like, you need time. You need time, right? Can't be... It's smart. I blame smartphones. Anyway, everything's good, Amanda. Going out of town tomorrow. Got a beach house vacation with some friends. Bringing the daughter down. Bringing the kayaks. It'll be a good time. But I appreciate that support. And Carter Lovejoy. I love TLJ, but did not like The Last of Us 2. Two completely different things, but I prefer one over the other. Interesting. So, I mean, that's... I don't know anything about The Last of Us 2. I knew there was some leaks before the game came out. No idea. I've heard that people have had some issues with some creative decisions, which is always going to be the case, right? So, yeah, like, that's fine, right? You're allowed to dislike and like some, especially two completely different things. I really regret, when I had my PlayStation 3, I really regret not finishing the first Last of Us. I think I sunk like 6 or 7 hours into it, and then, I ended up selling my PlayStation. As I often do with consoles, I play it for a little bit and never touch it again, but I really regret not playing it further. And I really hate that The Last of Us 2 is a PlayStation exclusive, because I have zero desire to get a PlayStation, which, whatever. But yeah, maybe I'll look into why people are so disappointed with it. I'm curious. All I've heard is that maybe there were some creative decisions that were made that people don't agree with, which that is not something that I could see myself. Maybe I wouldn't like it, but I don't know how to put it. But anyway. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe Last of Us 3 you'll like, Carter. Anyway, man, I appreciate that. I'm trying to think what the next game that I play and finish will be. Probably Cyberpunk, to tell you the truth, man. Cyberpunk will probably be the next game that I play and beat. I'm probably still going to be playing Red Dead Redemption 2 when Cyberpunk comes out, so anyway. And Sapity, thank you so much as well. Have a good trip. Send the channel a pic of HG and Shorts t-shirt and umbrella drink in hand. I will absolutely do that, I promise. Yeah, I'll definitely plan on doing that. I'm looking forward to it, man. My buddy's in town for a couple weeks. This is a guy, maybe Sapper, you've seen the picture. He was dressed up as Han. I was dressed up as Greedo. I've known this guy for 20 plus years. And he's in town. He rented a beach house with his fiance for 2 weeks down here in Jacksonville, right around us. We went over on Sunday, swam in their rental pool, had an absolute blast. And I was telling him, man, I don't think I could ever move somewhere that wasn't like Florida. I love it. I have zero desire to move up north. I love the summers here. I love, as blistering hot as it is, man, I love it. I love Florida. I love going to the beach. There's nothing more relaxing and fun to me than an entire day in the pool, going kayaking, having that opportunity to do that almost year round. But yeah, absolutely. You will. I will inundate the YouTube community page and my Instagram and probably Twitter too with some beach pictures, some HG and Shorts t-shirts and an umbrella drink in hand. I will do that too. I promise. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. And Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Good to see you as always. I just finished The Last of Us 2. I'm emotionally exhausted because of it, minus the ending. I enjoyed it. Mine. Oh, so you didn't enjoy the ending? Is that kind of the general consensus? Is that a lot of people did not like the ending? Which obviously I can't comment on it. I haven't heard anything about the ending, and I don't want anybody here to get spoiled. You know, that doesn't. I can't even ask questions without. I was wondering if it like ends off on a cliffhanger, or if it's just a disappointing ending, or doesn't feel like an ending, or something like that, or if a character dies that everybody loves, which I don't think I don't think a character dying that everyone loves is a reason to dislike a game. So I'm guessing that's not, or to dislike an ending rather. So I doubt that's the reason, but emotionally exhausted because of it. So yeah, I've talked about this recently. I can't remember with who, but it's crazy how the stories in video games are on par nowadays with the stories found in movies and TV. I mean, it is a storytelling medium more now than ever. I mean, there wasn't really much of a story with Mario or Paperboy, but nowadays you have these games that are so long and epic, and you follow these characters that are characters. They're not just like placeholder pixels with guns, you know. It's crazy to me that a video game, or it's awesome to me that a video game that you invest so much time in can have even more of an impact on you than a movie that you sit down and watch, right? Because you're actually involved, you're invested, you're controlling, you're setting the pace, you are a part of the story. And Oscar, I wish I'm not going to buy a PlayStation 5. I've already kind of like drawn the line in the sand. I'm not going to get a PlayStation 4, but I think the next console that I get is going to be the next Nintendo console. So maybe when the PlayStation 5 is on sale for maybe when it's at like Goodwill and somebody's giving it away 20 years from now, I'll pick it up and play Last of Us 2. But we'll see. Anyway, Oscar, I appreciate that, man. And Super Michael 98, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Have you seen King Kong 1933, and what did you think of the 2005 Peter Jackson remake? So, have I seen the 2005? Have I seen this? You know, I don't know if I've seen this, the 2005. It looks familiar, but I don't know if that's just because it looks familiar and it's just King Kong. I'm going to say that I've never seen the 2005 King Kong. I honestly don't have any memory of seeing it whatsoever. Maybe I did. I don't remember. No, I'm going to say I never did. I have seen the original 1933 King Kong. But it's been, I probably was a teenager when I first saw it. I remember taking like a film elective in high school, or having a teacher that was really into it. And I remember watching it in a setting like that. But I barely remembered. I can maybe picture some scenes, but that just might be the passing of time and remembering some scenes. I don't know. So, no, I have never seen the 2005 Peter Jackson King Kong, and it has been maybe 20 years, maybe not that long, since I've seen the 1933 King Kong. Yeah, there was a time where I'd watch a lot of those, like Nosferatu, kind of much older movies like that, just out of curiosity, you know. It's like one of my favorite horror movies is it House on Haunted Hill? 1959? Is that when it came out? 1959, yeah. Vincent Price. Yeah, House on Haunted... Oh, it's probably super goofy and gimmicky now. It'd probably make you laugh, but those old horror movies, it's kind of why you enjoy watching them, right? They make you laugh because they're so stupid. House on Haunted Hill, 1959. Vincent Price. Yeah, watch it. Why not? Anyway, how do we get there? Anyway, I appreciate that, Mike. Hope you're doing well, man. But, all right, guys, I need to jet. I need to go pack the car. I need to get the kayak racks on the Subaru. I need to make a list and make sure we don't forget anything. But, yeah. Cool. So, yeah, the next stream will probably be either next Tuesday or next Wednesday. Don't know when, but I will see you then. So, hopefully, I'm hoping to finish a video as soon as the stream ends, and we can, I can schedule that for Saturday while I'm gone. Other than that, man, I actually think I'm going to get the Kindle version of Sorry About the Mess up before I leave. Cross my fingers that I'll have time to knock that out too. But yeah. Anyway, so, long story short, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to everybody who supported the channel this afternoon with super chats. Thanks to everybody who listened to my dumb voice and didn't say a damn word in the chat. I appreciate it. Alright, guys. So, have a fantastic weekend, because I won't see you until after it. Yeah. So, have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever the hell you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya!